Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today at Wig Studio 1. I'm Marlene from Marlene's Wig and Chat Studio, and today I'll be providing some tips and tricks and some how-tos on how to care for your heat-friendly fibers. All the wigs that I'll be using today in my demonstration are available at Wig Studio 1. The links to each of them will be listed down below for you in the description box. I'd like to invite you all to subscribe to our channel. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. It really helps us. Most of my wigs are heat-friendly fibers. By the way, the one that I am wearing is heat-friendly fibers, as are most of my wigs. This is Skylar by Jon Reanu in the color Toffee Truffle. I love heat-friendly fibers. I love to be able to change the style. I also like the light, wispy fibers that we have on heat-friendly fibers, and it doesn't matter if it's Jon Reanu, if it's BelleTress, if it's Raquel Welch. It doesn't matter what brand it is. We can take care of them and extend their life expectancy as best we can with just the proper care. Heat-friendly fibers do require a little bit extra maintenance, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not tedious, and you can have these wigs last for quite a bit, again, with the proper care. There are some products that I always have on hand and some tools that I always have on hand. One is my wide tooth comb. On your heat-friendly fibers, you never want to use a brush. You always want to use a wide tooth comb. Jon Reanu Smooth Detangler, Estetica Revitalize and Shine, Simply Stylin', my Jon Reanu Steamer, and your flat iron. And it doesn't matter which flat iron you use. What's most important is that you are able to control the temperature. We don't want to use a temperature above 260 degrees. Yes, on some brands do say you can go a little bit higher. I'd rather err on the side of caution, and just not, I don't want to risk damaging the fibers. I don't want to overheat them, and I don't want to burn them. So I keep my flat iron at 260. If you want to try a little bit higher, you can, but just go little by little. The first thing I do with my heat-friendly fibers at the end of the day, I do the same thing, whether they're straight or whether they're wavy or curly. Take the Jon Reanu Smooth Detangler, and I spray just a spray or two at the nape. Then with the wide tooth comb, I start at the end. This is Dalgona 16 by BelleTress in the color Ice Lavender Latte. So I take the wide tooth comb, I start at the end, and I work my way up and make sure that there is no tangle whatsoever. And then I just go without adding any more product. I try to use the least amount of product as I can. Then I go through the rest of the wig, and as you can see, there's no more tangles. Just a little bit of residue that is on the comb will be sufficient. Once all the tangles, any knots that are there are removed, now your wig is nice and smooth, tangle free. I take the Estetica Revitalize and Shine, and I just spray just a little bit over it, and that's it. That's all I do. Because I want it to air out overnight, I'll take my ventilated wig stand and I will hang it up so it will air out overnight. After about my third or fourth time that I wear my wig, I will do the same process, but now I'll take some of the Simply Stylin'. I'll spray just one or two sprays on my hand, rub my hands together, and I'll just do the very ends. And this will prevent the ends from becoming dry and brittle. And now your wig is ready to hang up for the next day. Don't spray it directly on the wig, because otherwise you can run the risk of the wig appearing greasy. About every 64 to 80 hours, or every 4 or 5 wears, depending on how long in the day you wear it, now it's time to wash the wig, and you want to apply some heat. Heat-friendly fibers need that heat in order for those ends to remain pretty and light. They're not dry and they're not brittle. If you see that your wigs are becoming dry and brittle, then it could be an indication that it needs some heat applied. So wash it, apply some conditioner. I use Estetica, but you can use your favorite wig shampoo and your favorite wig conditioner. Then you place it on your open wig stand and hang it to dry. Once the wig is dried, now I'm going to give you the demonstration on what I do once the wig is dry to apply heat to a wavy style. Okay, for the curly wavy styles, I'm using my steamer and I'm just making sure that I steam all the layers, getting all the ends to it, and just be careful because this is very hot, so you want to make sure you keep your hands away. I just go over the entire wig, making certain to get right to the ends, and keep your steamer moving. You could do this with your regular synthetics as well. I like the Jon Reanu steamer because I have control where the steam is going. Notice that I'm not going near the lace front. I'm just doing from the half down. It's really the bottom that we want to get. Make sure to go all around and really saturate with the steam all the ends. Once it's all steamed, you're going to take your hairnet, the one that's included with most wigs, and we're going to wrap it up. And the reason I like to do this is because that way the moisture from the steamer doesn't weigh down my waves or my curls. Then you could use any type of clip that you want. I just use these just to secure the net. And we're just going to leave it. And after 24 hours, it'll be cool. This is Anatolia by BelleTress in the color Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. Anatolia is a straight style, and just like I did with Dalgona 16, I'll take my wide tooth comb exactly the same way. Anatolia is over a year old, but I take good care of her because Anatolia is one of my go-to wigs, and I want to make sure that I extend the life on Anatolia as much as I possibly can. So I do the same thing with my straight styles as I showed you with Dalgona 16 with the wavy style. I apply the Jon Reanu Smooth Detangler at the nape. I comb it through, finish off with the Revitalize and Shine from Estetica. And about every 4 or 5 wears, I apply some of the Simply Styling to the ends. Because Anatolia is a straight style, now I'll show you how to apply heat to the straight style. I neglected to mention the canvas wig head that I use is the one by Jon Reanu, and this is a nice sturdy tripod. I also neglected to mention when you place your wig on the canvas head, make sure to secure it with the T-pins. Secure it at the ear tabs and at the nape. Flat ironing, or you're working on a wig with a hand-tied cap, make sure that it's on the felt, that you're adding the T-pin and not on any part of the hand-tied cap in order to avoid any damage to it. I'm heating up my flat iron, and as you can see, it has a readout. And that's the most important thing. The brand doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you're able to control the temperature. So while that's heating up, I'm just going to divide the hair into sections. And you always start from the bottom. And I just use water. I don't use any other heat protectant, and it just works fine. You can certainly use a heat protectant if you want, the Jon Reanu heat protectant. I just think water is fine. So just spray the section that you're going to work on. I take it small sections at a time. My flat iron is at 250. The most important thing that you want to do here is always keep the flat iron moving. Don't hold it in place in any certain spot for more than 3 seconds. Basically, the rule, the 3-second rule. 3 seconds on the hair, 3 seconds off. Spray your neck section. Heat-friendly fibers will take the form when they cool. So you don't want to comb it immediately. But right now we're doing this just in order to make certain that our fibers aren't bristle or dry. And then you just go all around. Once you have the bottom portion done, you could bring down another section. Spray some water. And continue with your flat iron. And that's how I take care of my heat-friendly fibers. That's how I maintain them. That's how I make sure that they don't become dry and brittle. And how I extend the wear on them. And even though they're wigs that I wear every single day. Thank you, everyone. At Wig Studio One, we appreciate you spending this time with us. We hope that this video was helpful and informative. And if you have any questions, please leave them down for me in the comments. We'd love to hear from you, and I will certainly respond to any questions that you may have. We hope that everyone is having a fantastic day, and we will see you next time. Bye.